Hey guys, I'm Aedlycia, and I've been given a task by my science teacher to create an infographic presentation about solar power. Basically, I have to choose between the two types of solar power, photovoltaic and solar thermal. I've prepared some slides with my information on them, and I've chosen to focus on solar thermal. Let's check the slides out and start off with what solar power is. Solar power. What is solar power? Solar power is a form of renewable energy. It means to capture the sun's energy and convert it into electricity. Solar energy can be harnessed in two main ways: photovoltaic solar energy and solar thermal energy. When we think of solar energy, we normally think of photovoltaic solar energy, or solar PV, which uses sunlight to produce electricity. But solar electricity isn't just from sunlight, it also comes from the sun's heat. That's called solar thermal energy. As I mentioned earlier, solar PV uses sunlight, while solar thermal energy uses the sun's heat. The process of solar PV energy is when sunlight falls onto a cell and creates electricity via a process called the photovoltaic effect. It is converted using a semiconductor from DC to AC in an inverter. The process of solar thermal energy is when a heated heat transfer fluid is used to produce steam, which is then converted to mechanical energy in a turbine to produce electricity. The steam condenses and is recycled, reheated, and converted into steam again. As you can see here, each of the steps on these diagrams corresponds to a number on the previous slide regarding the processes. Here are the advantages and disadvantages of solar PV and solar thermal energy. Based on this, I believe that solar thermal systems produce energy more consistently and efficiently. Today I'll be focusing on solar thermal energy. There are 4 types of solar thermal energy systems: trow, tower, Fresnel, and dish. The solar energy collectors on a solar thermal system will have 2 main components: a reflector that reflects and captures sunlight, and a receiver that captures the reflected sunlight, which heats up the heat transfer fluid. In a parabolic trow system, the sun's energy is concentrated by trow-shaped reflectors onto a receiver pipe above the mirror's curved surface. Moving on to the power tower system. This uses sun-tracking mirrors called heliostats to focus sunlight onto a receiver at the top of a tower. Next up, we have the linear Fresnel system. It consists of many collectors in parallel rows, much like the parabolic trow system, which are typically aligned in a north-south orientation, focusing the sunlight onto the absorber tube. Last but not least, we have the parabolic dish system, which consists of a parabolic-shaped point focus concentrator in the form of a dish that has a 2-axis tracking system to follow the sun. If I were to build a solar power plant, I'd choose to build it on the Mojave Desert, and I would certainly use solar thermal technology to do so. The Mojave Desert is located in California and home to the hottest place in the world, Death Valley. Its highest recorded temperature being 56.7 degrees Celsius. These tables show the average temperatures and hours of sunlight every month in the Mojave Desert. During the summer, the sun produces more heat, and days are longer, with shorter nights. The Mojave Solar Project is an example of an already existing solar thermal power plant in the Mojave Desert. The cost of it is around $1.6 billion and should generate 617,000 megawatts per hour of power, which is enough power for more than 88,000 households and will prevent the emission of over 430 kilotons of carbon dioxide a year. Regarding the maintenance, issues have been brought up prior to the usage of wet cooling systems. Later reports noted that dry cooling technology was available and that it could reduce water consumption. The safest and most practical way to transfer this energy to bordering states of California is to use cables that are strung on utility poles. I'm doing this project based on existing solar projects in the Mojave Desert, such as the Mojave Solar Project. So, yeah, did you enjoy my presentation? I know it might sound boring, but it took me 4 days to look for the information and prepare these slides to support my stand on my chosen power plant. As you may know, science is always about innovation, and whatever I said earlier could always be improvised from time to time. There are no limitations to the ideas and theories of future scientists. Anyway, I hope you gained some information and knowledge from my presentation. Thanks for lending me your ears. Take care, and bye!